What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW review, the go-home show before All Out this Saturday. A lot of big things going on. What can they do before their pay-per-view this Saturday, huh? What can they do for the final hype before All Out this weekend? So, other than that, we do kick it off with a tag team match. Excalibur back on commentary. I guess they got that whole whatever. I guess some racist allegation or video that was going on with him. He's been gone for 3-4 weeks now. So I guess they finally brought him back before the pay-per-view. He was out there with Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. But we did kick it off with, a tag team match. Best Friends versus Santana and Ortiz. Before this match could even really get anywhere going, when Santana and Ortiz came out, the Best Friends pretty much attacked from behind. Everybody's pretty much started fighting on the floor, through the equipment area, just throwing each other all over the place, just even using chairs and whatnot. Just throwing them at each other at the head and everything. They pretty much kept brawling until I think, Chuck Taylor and Santana got back in the ring for the match. It wasn't even actually that bad of a tag match, other than the very bad ref spot that happened, which I kind of wonder what was going on, because the pin looked weird, and then the ref just stopped counting then for some reason. I'm like, 3, 2, and it's almost like they had to reach just to get to the ropes or whatnot, that Ortiz couldn't reach the ropes. So it's like Santana had to pull his arm in, because I kept wondering 1, 2. I'm like, that's a 3, right? And it just, very odd pin. That was a very bad botch right there. I don't know what was going on with that, but strange. But Santana ended up taking a baton from under the ring. I guess I think it was Trent trying to set up for Storm Zero or whatnot, but he could never pick up Ortiz. Santana hit him with the baton, and then LAX hit the street sweeper then for the win. So they got the win over the Best Friends, which finally LAX got a win, because they have been on a losing streak for God knows how long. And I'm like, please do not let these guys lose to the Best Friends again, because it almost looks like they never get any wins nowadays, okay? But then we went to MJF, pretty much talking about this Sunday. He's still going to be facing for the AEW World Championship. I guess he talked to Lee or something, I guess one of the security team, talking about how Mark is not ready, his lawyer, for this match tonight. Wardlow had to go in and pull him out of there. MJF pretty much told his lawyer that, he was afraid and everything, but there's nothing scarier than being in a position in the way of his goals, okay? Because there are two options right now. You can go in that ring against Moxley, or you will find yourself in an effing wood chipper, which I think they bleeped out, by the way. So, which monster do you want to deal with tonight, okay? So he gave him a choice. So good promo from MJF. Not bad. So, just tell him his lawyer, either you go out there and face him, or you have to deal with me, okay? Next, though, we got an 8-man tag, which I feel like we get 8-man tags almost every week, or some type of form, some form of a 6-man, 8-man, or any type of multi-man tag team. It's like we get those every week, okay? We had one last week, an 8-man tag, but it was SCU and Private Party versus the Jungle Express and the Young Bucks. Whoever wins will get to be an All Out, or I guess both of those teams will face each other All Out, whoever wins. Listen, I'm not going to call everything in this match, because there was just too many crazy spots going on throughout this whole thing. It's almost hard to keep up sometime. And trust me, I've seen a lot of matches where the spots just go insane and whatnot, especially when the Bucks and I think the Jungle Express or something did this big moonsault splash at the same time onto Private Party, I think it was. But the Young Bucks ended up getting Mark Quinn with the BTE trigger. I will say this 8-man tag was, yes, it was crazy. It was all over the place, especially going for the finish. But at least it did look a little bit more crisp. All these guys fighting out there like they got nothing to lose. They had more of an edge on their shoulders, especially with the Young Bucks not being able to get another shot at the tag team titles. This 8-man tag was better than last week, okay? Last week was just all over the place, bad moves, bad botches, a lot of things are out of place. This match at least looked a little bit more crisp. You could call it a spot fest if you like, but at least this was a little bit more on a precision level and whatnot. Because after the Bucks won, they basically did not want to celebrate. They immediately left the ring right after, pissed off. So Not a bad 8-man tag this time. Still a bit of a spot fest, but it wasn't as bad as last week. Okay. Jake Hager was telling Orange Cassidy that it's best you come out for his match tonight, Jericho's match against Janela out there. So he think it's in best intention that you do. Tully Blanchard was talking to FTR in the back, basically talking about how they've accomplished their first goal, and now they're going to capture the tag team titles this Saturday. FTR pretty much went on to cut a promo on both Hangman and Omega, telling them that, listen, man, Sunday we'll all be sore, but Saturday we're going to go in, we're going to have to go fight, that you guys been top dog, you've beaten everybody around here, but now you are not going to beat us, and they've known Hangman for a long time, but this Saturday, it's all business, okay? Kenny Omega then came out to do an interview with Tony Schiavone. He had a Hana Kimura shirt, which I believe just came out, by the way. I think all sales go, to her family and everything, so that's good. But Schiavone asked Kenny Omega about Hangman Page, what's the status with him, about him getting kicked out of the Elite and everything. And Kenny went on to say that Hangman made a mistake and he's going to have to deal with it on his own. But right now we have bigger things to deal with. And, he's being controlled by FTR and everything. But we're going to bring our A game Saturday, and they better bring their Saturday also if they want these tag team titles. FTR came out then. And, listen, we've been impressed by your tag team title run. We don't have any problems with you, okay? And listen, we're looking forward to having a great match on Saturday and everything. But they had their cooler again. They had a toast, okay? And we brought your favorite drink out. We know you don't, like beer and everything. So they brought him some chocolate milk out there, which, Kenny kept calling it chocolate. I can't turn down a good pint of chocolate and everything. And what I can turn down is spending time with, a couple of dickheads out there, which, by the way, AEW had a lot of problems with censoring tonight. A lot of curse words were slipping through, and it looked like TNT was not able to censor it fast enough, so I saw a lot of words slipping out there. But like I said before, Kenny won't take a beer, but he will take a chocolate milk. I'll give him a plus on that, because I fucks with chocolate milk very heavily, so I have no problem since it's chocolate milk. I fuck with that shit real heavy, my dude. You feel me? But like I said before, Omega went on, and listen, let's just get to it. Let's just get over it. There's more things to get through this show tonight. So if you guys want to fight, let's do it now. Was it 3-on-1, 2-on-1? Oh yeah, you got a legend right over there. But keep Tully away because he smells like the pins. Hangman came out, tried to, break it up, but FTR told him, like, listen, Kenny's the one who's gotten in your head. It's not us, it's them. We've known your entire career. You've been nothing but an insecure little boy. And, Hangman, you need to get your own head right now. That was all you last week. You didn't want to face the Bucks. That's why you ruined their match last week. And, basically called Hangman a piece of shit then. And why don't you tell Kenny about how the piece of shit you think you are also, okay? Hangman was pissed. He was going to fight, but Kenny told him, like, come on, don't do this. No. You're letting them get you into your head again. Stop it, all right? But FTR held the belts then and just dropped it at Hangman's feet as they walked away then. So this is probably the best promo out of the entire show when I think about it. FTR, great. Playing in Hangman's head, great. Mind games, which honestly, FTR is going to win those titles this Saturday, so I have no doubt about that. Kenny on the mic, Kenny Omega ain't never been the best promo cutter, so he did okay. I've heard worse from him, but this was okay right here. But he ain't been the best promo cutter before. But I don't know. Some people think it's like he's reading off a script sometime, but I'm still waiting for. Honestly, one of these guys is gonna turn on each other. Okay, it's either Hangman or it's gonna be Hangman or Kenny turning, which they look like they've tried to play both of these guys turning heel, but they've kind of done a little bit more with Hangman most of the time, with him being, drinking all the time. And Kenny, I guess, hopefully well, honestly, he desperately needs to turn heel because this face thing still ain't working. He needs to be the cleaner or something because current Kenny ain't working, ain't cutting it, my man. It's not cutting it at all. Jericho, was being interviewed by Alex Marvez, talking about Orange Cassidy, about this whole Mimosa match this Saturday. He's going to hit him with a Judas effect, and that Joey Janela is going to be a sacrifice. So Chris Jericho came out. He had Jake Hager with him. He went against Jelly Nutella. Joey Janela out there. Basically, Jericho beat the living dog crap out of this guy, okay? and he just beat him. Janela really got barely any offense. Jericho killed him. Code breaker, walls of Jericho. That's all you really need to know, people, okay? Jericho started beating Janela up even more over the turnbuckle, slamming his head into it. There was blood coming from him. Might I remind you, Jericho was wearing a Orange Cassidy t-shirt and rubbed blood all over it from, like, using Janela's blood just to rub it all over the place. Cassidy got in the ring, tried to fight Jericho, but Hager got in. The numbers game started to play. Sonny Kiss tried to come out for the save, but Hager took him out. Cassidy pretty much went back after Jake Hager, hit him with a big tornado DDT. He was going to hit a Superman punch on Jericho, but Hager pulled him out of the ring as Cassidy basically took the bottle of champagne and pretty much unhooked it and poured it out onto the ground and whatnot. Listen, this is all Jericho really needed to do, okay? It's Janela. I almost felt bad for Jericho that he had to carry this guy throughout this entire match, okay? You know, my friend asked me, like, why do I don't like Janela? Dude, Janela's not good, okay? I told my friend Steven this. He acts like I'm in some real-life personal beef. I must be building a good match then. If I'm doing this good of a job, I'm getting some good heat if he really thinks I'm about to start a fight with this guy, okay? Listen, Janela's horrible. It was, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. I'm glad it didn't go any longer. Honestly, it should have been over in 10 seconds. And he told me, like, it's kind of odd that they buried Janela after he's been getting all these tag wins. Listen, I don't watch Dark, so I don't know what's going on. And it's funny, he said, I'm like, oh, they buried him. Dude, when was he over? When was he over? Okay, he was never over. Okay, dude sucks. What do you want me to say? I tried to get into the dude. I tried to give this a pass. I did it a few years ago. How wrong was I? The dude sucks. Okay, he sucks. And trust me, he ain't a fan of he's not a fan of Janela also, but he must think I go in a little bit too hard on the guy. Like, dude, he's not fucking good. I mean, Cody had to come out there and carry from 10 minutes out there? That's basically what it is. You put Janela in a match then with anybody, when it was Moxley, if it was Omega, it was Omega, Moxley, Cody, and now Jericho. They all had to carry him, okay? They all had to freaking carry him. What more you want me to say about this motherfucker, alright? Jesus Christ. That's why I was just wondering to myself, like, why is Jericho in this match with Janela? Tell me one good reason why is he in this match. I didn't want to see this, but as long as this was a squash beatdown, barely got any offense in, I ain't got no problem with that. I got no problem with it. What you want me to say? Oh, they buried him. They threw him to the wolves. When was this nigga over? Tell me. Tell me when he was over. Motherfucker. Jesus. But, maybe I'm going a little too hard. I'm not. Maybe I'm just playing it up. Maybe I'm just working people right now, okay? You don't know what I'm doing. You can't tell if I'm serious in that. You know you are, Steven. You know you are. But, you take a guess. Anybody that does want to guess. But, yeah, the dude's not good, alright? Janela sucks, alright? But, what else do we have here on this show? Yes, we had Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara, which was mostly due to commercial having cue cards because they will be in a match at All Out, which was announced. I guess they got to do something now since they had that very short table match last week. Saturday, they will have a broken rules match. If Matt Hardy loses, he must leave AEW, which obviously tells me Matt Hardy is going to win this match and kind of get his win back because he lost last week, so I don't know. This is possibly the rubber match now or something, but could he be broken Matt Hardy? I don't know what Matt Hardy will show up this Saturday, but yeah, a broken rules match. Next, Taz and his crew came out, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. I don't know if that FTW belt is really being defended in that. I honestly don't know. But Taz said one of his two athletes are going to win that casino battle royale, and that Darby Allin is an idiot for trying to go after Starks. Next thing you know, Jake Roberts came out with Lance Archer. Talk about it's a bunch of squirrels looking for a nut, but they're not going to bust a nut as long as they were in that ring. Okay, that was actually pretty funny. Bust a nut. But he called Taz and them a bunch of losers, saying that they have no chance to win this, that Lance Archer is going to beat them down and he's going to get his title shot. But next thing you know, Eddie Kingston came out with his whole crew talking about, listen, we're the ones taking over now, and that, listen, I'm here for a fight, not to take Ricky Starks on a date, and that Taz used to be with killers, but you ain't doing nothing. Jake, you're a legend, but you just need to shut up, especially with your loser right there, losers you got around with you. Taz said we'll fight all of them, especially Cage. He'll fight Archer. Next thing you know, you got this giant brawl, and then all these random job guys and Billy Gunn pretty much coming in for this. I guess they're all going to be in this battle royale. And then Santana, Ortiz, and Hager came out. And then the Best Friends and Shawn Spears, who just happened to walk by with shades on with Tully, and they walked away. And someone brought this up to me tonight. Friend Steven saying that, how come we haven't seen Shawn Spears and FTR even, interact with each other? You think they'd be trying to form some stable? I've seen Tully do more with FTR than he's done with Shawn Spears, honestly. I don't know what they've done on Dark, and then half the time I just remember that one promo Tully had cut on Shawn Spears and gave him that black glove. It never really happened with that either. Like, he's kind of aimless right now. They gave him a black glove, and he did nothing with it. We haven't seen anything. And I don't watch Dark, so I can't really comment on that also. So Shawn Spears just he just hanging around, and like I said, all these teams just brawl. This looks like something I would have seen out of WWE for a go-home show for the Royal Rumble, and they brawled for almost like 7 minutes throughout the entire commercial, and when they came back on TV. Listen, the promos from Taz, Kingston, and Jake Roberts, that was great. Didn't mind that. The entire brawl just was kind of pointless, and does it really make me care about this Battle Royale, which maybe will be on the pre-show or the main show? I don't know, but it feels like a waste of time, to be honest. It really does, okay? But if I had to bet, I'd probably bet Archer would win the thing, but then they had a promo, I guess after the whole pointless battle brawl or whatever, and I guess it's going to be the Dark Order going against Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, Scorpio Sky. It's Matt Cardona. I like doing that now, because that's how Excalibur says, it's Matt Cardona. How many people know who Matt Cardona is? But yeah, it's Matt Cardona. I guess it will be an 8-man tag this Saturday. Next, Thunder Rosa went against Serena Deeb. This was a breath of fresh air. This was an actual women's wrestling match on this show. As Eva JR said, this is the best women's match, up to date. One of the best in AEW, because it's crazy about all this. Both of these women put on a great match, and they're both from two different promotions. I don't know if Serena Deeb is still with WWE. I guess she got released also, so I don't know if she signed in that. But what's funny to me is that you had to bring in two women who don't even really work for this company. Thunder Rosa from the NWA, Serena Deeb, a seasoned vet that's mostly, I know she was in the Straight Edge Society, but she was back in WWE, and I think she was a trainer. I don't know what was going on with that, but two women that aren't even in this promotion had a very great wrestling match out there. Not none of this bullcrap that AEW has put on for many, many months, okay? And that tells you something, because obviously AEW doesn't know how to book their women. They haven't built them right. A lot of them are not even really that good, and they suck. And you had to take two women from two different promotions just to have a very good wrestling match out there, which you should have been doing in the beginning with if you had booked the right people. That tells you something, doesn't it? That really tells you something. And listen, I know people want to try to, it's like how many months we were going to give them until they got the women's division right, because for a long time, they have not gotten it right. They really haven't. And listen, I know there hasn't been a lot of builds for Thunder Rosa and Hikaru Shida. We barely see Hikaru Shida on TV most of the time anyways. And Thunder Rosa just got here 2-3 weeks ago. But I do believe they will put on a great match at All Out. But that tells you something about this. Two women from different promotions had to come in just to upstage all the other women in this promotion, because they are not built right, or most of them suck, and they're not really good, okay? I even almost said, man, just give Thunder Rosa the title at this point. I don't think she may win. Like I said, I don't think they're going to let the NWA Women's Champion go over, the AEW Women's Champion, but I do believe they will have a great match, because after that bull crap, and like I said, you actually got a women's wrestling match this week. it's like every week you have a women's wrestling match. It's either a squash match, it goes on for 1 minute, or some bullshit like they had last week on TV, okay? This went at least 10 minutes, and it was good. It was enjoyable. And like I said before, it was a breath of fresh air. So that is a match I am looking forward to between Thunder Rosa and Shida. It may not be a lot of build, but I think it's going to be a good match. Next, though, John Moxley cut a promo talking about MJF's going to get his shot tonight, but, you know, he may lose his nerves and everything. Like, there's not going to be any more media interviews or a campaign or lawyers. You got to be going in there on your own. It's killed or be killed. And he said he'll be, you know, the baddest MJF we ever seen, or he's just, you know, going to be an idiot. And that 2020 is already bad enough. We don't need a dumbass with a big mouth running around with the world title, okay? So, Mox said basically everything he's done up to has now been the easy part. Big Swole, I guess I'm cutting a promo with Tony Schiavone, calling Brittany Basara Baker, you know, job this Saturday, and now you've been ducking me for months, but now I'm going to get you. Next thing you know, Rebel, who was dressed as a pizza delivery person, came in, I guess trying to give them a pizza and everything, but Swole said, you ain't fooling nobody. Baker, who was actually back, hit Swole with a crutch, super kicked her, and then put her into the lockjaw in as they shoved pizza in her face. Jim Ross buried pineapple pizza, so that tells you what pizza he does not like. But she beat the crap out of Swole, leaving her on the ground, which, you know, it's so funny. They went over the card, and they're still on the pre-show. You've had all this build, which they've given them build for many, many months. And Baker did say many months ago she was going to be back by All Out. So she is medically cleared now and will have her first match, which some wonder who can really go over here. One, Swole needs to go over after all the stuff Baker has done, but then again, Baker, who hasn't wrestled in many months, which even though she's got more TV time than a lot of the other women on here, is finally going to be back in her first wrestling match in since what was it, Double or Nothing? Yeah, since Double or Nothing back in, I think it was May and whatnot, so it's been like 2-3 months now. So she is going to wrestle this time. So hopefully we get something good from both of these two. I want this feud to be over, though. It's gone on long enough. But we'll see what happens. But I feel like Baker will possibly go over. Like I said, she hasn't wrestled in months. This is her first match back. But they've been tormenting Swole for so long. I just want to be done with this feud because after what I saw last week, that was horrible. It was horrible. So we'll see where this whole tooth and nail match goes this Saturday. But hey, they're still in the pre-show though. John Moxley came out as he was about to go against Mark Sterling, MJF's lawyer. Wardlow had to pretty much throw him out there. Listen, it's not much I can really say this was a match. Most of this was just Mox chasing Sterling. Sterling tried to get several shots on him and even run, but Wardlow stopped him. Mox was throwing him all over the place, into the, you know, over the barricade, into, like, you know, where all the spectator wrestlers are, just beating the crap out of him, even taking one of his shoes and beating him with it. He got a chair in the ring. He sat down. He wanted a handshake, but he ended up hitting him with a elevated Death Rider or Paradigm Shift, whatever you like to call it, and got the win. And this went like 5 minutes. Wardlow came in and hit Moxley with the F10 in, and even hit a second one. MJF came out, took off the neck brace, beat the crap out of Moxley, which there was blood all over his face then, taking that diamond ring and just bloodying him up as he held up the title before the show went off the air. So at least they've gotten MJF a little bit more over and being serious right here this time, which he's always been serious, but he's kind of taking a lot of his beat down. I wouldn't say beat down throughout this entire feud, but Mox has kind of had the upper hand on him most of this time. So MJF at least getting a beat down on him. Then again, we already got several beat downs on this show tonight from, you know, Jericho and over the whole Janela thing, or Orange Cassidy, Mox and MJF, Baker beating up Swole. The Battle Royale, you could take what you want from that, but yeah, that's a lot of beatdowns on this show. Like I said, I look at this go-home show tonight. It was good. I had ups and downs all over it and whatnot. and everything. Like, there's some things I did like. I don't really care about that battle royale that's about to happen with the casino thing. That was just a waste of filler time. Some people actually thought Vince Russo booked that entire segment, like I said earlier, which I kind of laughed at that. I could imagine that happening. Like I said, I could imagine it happening. I think the best part was the FTR segment with Omega and Hangman playing more mind games in this, so that wasn't that bad. Other than that, you got beatdowns. I thought Thunder Rosa and Serena D was just a fresh breath of air of a wrestling match. LAX finally getting a win for once. I guess, like I said, Excalibur being back on commentary. So it was a good show. Okay, some of it got, like I said, a lot of beatdowns, which was too many. But one thing that is too many things on AEW is we see too many tag matches, okay? I like the 8-man tag, don't get me wrong, but we get an 8-man tag almost every week on the show of some multi-person match. That's every week. You get several tag matches. Get some more one-on-ones, okay? We need more one-on-ones, like the women's match tonight. Too many multi-person matches, especially last week. It was a lot of multi. It's like we got to get everybody on TV one way or another, okay? Everyone. And then, like, the one-on-ones you do have was kind of like either comedy or job matches. The Mark Sterling comedy match in a way. Janela beatdown, which nobody gives a shit about anyways, but it was just Jericho as a showcase and beating the dog crap out of him, okay? Nutella, Janela, whatever, but that's basically what it was. But it was a good show, all right? We will have a review this Saturday for All Out. We will have a special guest. I do plan on doing that one way or another. I couldn't do it for SummerSlam, but I will do this for Saturday. I'm hoping. I gotta go talk to my friend, co-host, who will be doing this thing with me. Okay? So we're gonna talk about that, and hopefully we will do this review this Saturday, one way or another. Okay? But I do plan on doing a joint review for All Out this Saturday. All right? We haven't reviewed an AEW. Most of the time we've been doing WWE shows. We want to do an AEW one this time, okay? But other than that, tell me what you think about the Go Home show for All Out tonight, okay? Because, it's so crazy that yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of All In, and then, the 31st, like last year All Out, which, it's funny. I was at both of those shows. Okay, I was at both of those, so only difference is, due to the coronavirus, won't be able to go to that show, though, this year due to the whole coronavirus and whatnot, because I could have trifected that if I wanted to. Went to All In, went to All Out. Could have got All Out, too, right here. Really could have did that, but obviously, it's still in Florida, because, when I think about it, probably would have did Chicago every year. They were trying to do Chicago every year anyway, so I would have went to it again this year. Just because they had, like I said before, many months ago, I'm just glad I got to go to Revolution. Probably that was like one of the last other pay-per-views that happened, probably in wrestling in general, before this whole virus shut everything down. So I am happy about that. I'm glad I got to go, I guess, to a show with fans before everything went to the shits, okay? So, when I think about it, probably would have hit Chicago 3 times in a year this road, though, if they, had the show going on as planned and whatnot. But, we gonna see what happens this Saturday, though. We will see what happens this Saturday. But, yeah, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, HoodedKnight890. You know how this goes. The whole same thing I usually do, okay? So, you already know how the whole thing works and whatnot. So, it's me, HOOD, come here with the news and reviews. You know what I am, you know what I do. Show what I flow, here I go. Stay in, stay all about. We'll see you this Saturday for All Out. And yesterday, of course, first of the month, don't stunt. It may not be the 21st, but, we're gonna hit you with the first. So, just keep it going. Just stay on. And, I don't know, remember and stay. I'm already messed it up right here. Okay, let's not do that. We ain't gonna get no copyrights and whatnot. stupid phone doesn't even turn off and whatnot. But yeah, go on, party. But yeah, other than that, though, I'm out of here. I'll see you this Saturday. All Out review. It's coming. Peace.